But there's one word in Hebrew, and it's called God's Ratzon. It's a fun word. I guess the opposite would be rats off. Rats on, rats off. I can't get that out of my head. Rats off. So the Old Testament uses this word Ratzon because they understood that God's will and God's pleasure are the same thing. So the New Testament is merely taking this concept from the Old Testament and using other words to try and convey what this thing, God's Ratzon, is all about. God's will is his pleasure. And when God's people do what God wants, it brings God pleasure. Or you could say it the other way, God's pleasure and God's favour is resting on the people of God as they do his will. And as we do God's will for us as his people, we're entering into his pleasure, his delight, his joy. And that favour, that delight, that joy of God, that peace is resting on us as we obey him. And this is the concept. Also in the Old Testament scriptures, Ratzon was the idea that God wanted his pleasure and favour and delight and will to invade the earth. God's intent was to bring his Ratzon to earth. So Psalm 5 verse 12 says, "Surely, Lord, you bless the righteous. You surround them with your Ratzon as a shield."